Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ata Goody, all to Goody House Feet, the channel where we learn how different types of sewing different tutorials on sewing, the tutorials on DIY crafts and fashion tutorials. And without wasting much of our time, please, if you are new to the family, you're highly welcome. If you're already a family member, thank you so much for your support, for liking my page, for subscribing to my channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, please take your time now and click on the subscribe button. So without wasting much of our time, today I'll be teaching you guys how to make a straight pencil long skirt, what you have on your screen right now. So let's get started. So like I always say, you have to fold your fabric like this into two. You have to fold the fabric into two. You're using fabric today, not a pattern paper. Fold it into two. And for you to determine what you have to turn over to this side, you divide whatever you have in your by your hip, you divide it by 4, so you determine the measurement you are going to use. This way you divide it by 4. For the measurement I'll be using for this tutorial, I'll be leaving it down at the description line. So for the hip measurement, I have 40 inches for the hip measurement, and when I divide it by 4, remember, when I divide it by 4, I'll be getting 10, then plus extra 2 inches for the sewing allowance. Yes, I wanted to have extra, I want to add extra allowance to it, so I'll be making use of 12 generally. So 10 normally, then plus the 2, 12. So from this edge, I'll be coming down by 1 inch, 1 inch here, 1 inch, and you connect all the lines together. So this, it will serve as our starting line, or it will serve as our starting line, and also our waist line. This is where our waist is going to be from, so that's it there. So for the waist measurement, our waist measurement is 28 divided by 4, you'll be getting 7. That 7 is my waist measurement. But because you'll be adding a dart to it, it's a stretch skirt, you'll be adding a dart to it. So my dart, I add extra 1 inch, because I want it to just be half inch dart taken in, and I want to take in half inch. So for the two front side is half inch is 1 inch, so extra 1 inch for the dart. You see, it's on 8 from here. Your 2 inches sewing allowance, so that is 10. Remember, I added 2 inches when measuring out my hip, so it's 10. So from there, you come down by 8. I would have come down by, I would have taken my hip depth by 9. So because I'll be adding a band to it, so I have to leave it at 8, so that when I add my band to it, it will land properly at 9 inches. Here, you come over to this place, you measure 8, take it all the way down, you connect it. So on the hip, remember our hip divided by 4 is 10. This is our hip divided by 4, the 10, original 10, then plus the 2 inches. So in allowance we have 12. So here now it's our hip. So the next thing you have to measure here now is the length of the skirt. So the length of the skirt, we make use of the original length I measured was 36 inches. So because I'll be adding bands to it, so I have to minus 1. So minusing 1 from 36 is now 35. So I have to measure out 35 down there and add extra 2 inches for the hemming allowance. Although I'm still going to cut out a full lining for the skirt. So here now, this is my new skirt length. That is 35. Remember, my original one was on is 30, 35. I added a strap to making it 37. So here's 37. We shift it this way. 37. So remember, this is a pencil skirt, so it needs to come together to your hold your leg a bit at the down part of the skirt. So our hip measurement is 12 inches, so you have to bring it down there. Whatever you measure at your hip, you bring it down at this hemming side. So you measure 12 inches, original 12 inches. So for the pencil skirt, you have to come in by 1 inch. I normally come in by 1 inch. You can still come in by 1.5 inch if you want. It's your preference, but for me, 1 inch is okay. You mark 1 inch here. So our new the new line we're going to be making use of here is 11. So from this 11, you connect it with your ruler to the hip part of the skirt. Then you run it to your waist measurement. So I will do that now, and I'll be right back. So now I've joined all my lines. This is my hip line. I connected it to my waistline. I connected it to my hip line. So down to the hemming part of the skirt. So because of this hip line, you don't want to have a sharp edge there. You can curve it out. You can curve it, smoothing it so it will not have a sharp edge. Cut. That is something I want to teach you. It's very important. I know that most persons don't sew it. If you check before, sometimes when you sew a skirt at the front side, at this place, this is at it's centered on the center of your stomach, like let me say your navel. It's like it sags. It doesn't lap on your belly. It doesn't lap. It doesn't lap on your waist exactly. So it sags, and you and I know that doesn't look beautiful, and it's not fine at all. So the reason why that sags is because there's something you were supposed to minus from there that you didn't minus. So I'll be teaching you that also right away. So from this line here, you come down by 1/2 inch. You can come down by 3/4 inch if you want to, but 1/2 inch is okay by me. The highest you can go is 3/4 inch, but 1/2 inch is perfectly okay by me. So here is 1/2 inch. So with your ruler, it's very simple. With your ruler, you connect this line, your waistline, down to this 1/2 inch. It's no longer here, so it's going to be from this line down to this 1/2 inch, like this. The band, you'll also do the same. You come by the front part of the band, you also minus 1/2 inch so that it will rhyme when you are sewing it. So here now is our new hip line. So before we move over also to the cutting, you will go up by 1/2 inch all the way, 1/2 inch, because that's your sewing allowance. I'm going to cut it now and bring it back and show you the outcome. So this is the outcome. As you can see, I'm done cutting the skirt. This is the hemming side, the down side. So with this now, I will use this also so that we can cut the back part of the skirt. So for the back piece, so what I did was I placed my front fabric on the main fabric itself, then measured out 2 inches from here. See, 2 inches from here. This is going to be the back part of the skirt. The back part of the skirt. This is it. 2 inches from here. 2 inches from here from the back part. So from here, from these 2 inches, I place my front piece and align it down to the hemming side. So, but the main emphasis is going to be at this waist side and the hip side. So remember, at the front side we came down by 1/2 inch because we wanted our band to lap well on our waist so that it will not be saggy. So for the back piece, you're not going to do that. At this waistline, you're going to leave your back line that way. You're not going to come down by anything. You just leave it that way. This is our hip line, remember. So hip line. At this hip line, you add some inches here, then you curve it, you connect it to this from this edge to this place. Let me explain to you what I mean. This is our hip line, remember. It's our hip line. So remember, our our front fabric is well placed. So you come in here by 1/2 inch. This is 2 inches, right? Remember, this is 2 inches from where our front piece is laid. This is 2 inches, so you come out by 1/2 inch, or will I say just mark on 1.5. If you mark on 1.5 there, you understand it better. So with your ruler, you connect this line 1.5 to this edge, to this line here. Connect this 1.5 here, 1.5 to this place, connect it down to this place. You see? So this, it is our back for the butt, to enable the butt sits very well. So this is it. So for my zip allowance, I'll be using 1.5. Remember, I'll be using 1.5 for my zip allowance. So what I will just do is just measure 1.5 from this edge, go back to my waist, measure 1.5 from here. It's no longer 2, so it was 2 before, but I will be needing 1.5. Why I added that extra 2 is because of this hip, the hip measurement I took from here for the butt side of the skirt. So you measure from here, you measure 1.5. What I mean. .5. I think this will be better. This way. Measure 1.5. Definitely here is going to be, this is exactly 1.5. So what you just do is to connect your ruler. Use your ruler and connect the line. Connect it like this way. See, connect it like that. So for the down part of the skirt, this is the hemming part, the down part. For the down part of the skirt, also measure the same 1.5. Remember, it was 2 inches I measured. It was 2 inches that I placed my front piece on. Well, you have to measure 1.5 this time around. This is 1.5. 1.5. So you're going to measure this 1.5 all the way. Then you connect from your hip line here down to the hemming part. So this is it. This is our front piece and this is our back piece. So remember, we'll go to our measurements again. Our waistline. Remember, we're adding that. This is our hip line. Remember this place. So while adding your zip, you add your zip right from 1.5 inch, not from 2 here. You add it from 1.5 inch all the way down. So this is it. How to cut your pencil skirt. This is it. This is the front piece. This is our front piece. This is our front piece, and this is our back piece. So please, if you found this tutorial educating and interesting, so please let me know in the comment section, and also subscribe to my channel, click the like button and share it. Also, you can reach me on Facebook at Goody Outfits. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time, and have a nice day.